Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Ba'asham Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all the sincere camp. And this is your brother Abawan back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Ba'asham Kodash. All praises and glory is due. And this video is probably going to be entitled "My People Are Jake," right? Which is basically going into the Igbos and how we are how we are one of the lost tribes of Israel. It's another video going into that, right? The origin and the history of our people that goes all the way back to Israel. And you have this YouTube channel, I'm sure you all can know him, Go Black to Africa. And he recently did a series of videos going into, right, the Israelite heritage of our people, the Igbo people, right, going all the way back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he also, went and actually visited Igbo elders that had the history, right? And that's basically what I'm going to play right now and respond to it. And I have to do a response to it because, of course, they are right in saying that we are the children of part of the children of Israel, but a lot of these elders they go off in some things as it is written that they have a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge, and that's not the correct precept. That's not the correct precept. What I'm thinking, the precept I'm thinking about is basically anyway, let me just leave it at that. But yeah, they have a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge. So they know who they are, they know their heritage, they know their true nationality, but they don't have that full understanding of their heritage and their true nationality, which is why if you watch this video and listen to what they say, they'll tell you that, oh, well, our people were originally the Gadites, right? Or this from the son of God, which is Eri, because you have a major city, right, or a major town, really, because here in Nigeria, the states and the cities and the towns aren't really that big, compared to places like Babylon the Great, Whereas in Babylon, I see a city and they'll be thinking New York, Houston, those aren't cities, those aren't cities, those are more like states than anything else. You know, those are not even states. They are more like mini countries, because a lot of the states in Babylon the Great are basically the size of countries everywhere else in the world. Because just Babylon alone is the size of a continent. It's bigger than Australia. Hell, it's way bigger than the UK, and it could cover. If you look at the maps of the world, it could cover like 1/3 of Europe or 2/3 of Europe, I believe. Anyway, that's beside the point. What I'm saying is that when you hear about the cities, the states, here in Nigeria, they're not as big as they seem. And let's just play the video. And that's what I'm talking about, because a lot of our people, or a lot of our people that are here in Nigeria that are the Igbos, they believe that their Israelite heritage comes from the tribe of Gad, the fifth son of Gad, Eri. And what they like to say is that the fifth son of Gad, Eri, after he came into Egypt with his father, eventually went out, migrated from Egypt all the way to the west coast of Africa to build up a settlement, and his descendants became the Igbos, which is, of course, going off because, for multiple reasons. One, right, we know that there was no tribe or no tribe that actually left Egypt during that time up until after the Exodus, right? When Moses carried all the tribes and went out of Egypt, and also the covenants that our people received, the laws, the statutes, the commandments of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, was actually given to us in the wilderness of Sinai. So only the people, right, that were present in the wilderness of Sinai, to the laws, the statutes, the commandments, the covenant of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai applied to, and all of our people were present then, including Eri, the fifth son of God, right? And let me go to the scriptures and find scriptures going into him, right? Because that is in the scriptures as well. Let me go to that. I believe they also posted a precept about that. Genesis 46, verse 16. Let me go to that. Genesis 46, verse 16. So this is the book of Genesis 46, verse 16. And the sons of Gad, Ziphion and Haggai, Shuni and Esbon, Eri and Arodi and Areli. And I went into this word Eri, and I think it means Arya or Arai or Arya. And I've forgotten what the word actually means. But let's just go into it again. And you see the the Ra, and the Ya, in the Assyrian scripts. And I wanted to do this video a long time ago, but I needed to take a day when I was free because this is going to be a long ass video, and because there are multiple videos on his channel going into this, and I have to go into every single one and respond to all the claims that they made there, and basically take show the meat, spit out the bones, and explain in the proper context of the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai. So what Eri means in the in the English is watchful, right? Watchful, and the word here is Arya or Arya or yeah Arya. Basically, that's the the Ra, and the Ya. So Arya. So let me go back to this preset right now. So yeah, we've seen that yes, that's God, which is one of the 12 forefathers, right? One of the 12 patriarchs had a son called Eri. But here is the proper context. That son did not leave Egypt, right? So this would be before the captivity, before the Pharaoh that was ruling over Egypt, that was ruling over Egypt when Joseph was alive, and that made Joseph the second in command to him, died. So that would have been before the captivity, that he left Egypt and decided to build a settlement, and him and his seed, him and his children were now became the Igbos. That is not what actually happened, right? So let's go into this in a little bit. So this is the book of Amos 3, verse 1. And it reads, "Hear this word that Yahweh hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying," and this is the important part right here, because like I said, the legend is that before the Exodus, before Moses, before our people were taken out of the captivity of Egypt, that God's son Eri migrated from Egypt to the west coast of Africa and eventually settled there and started the Igbo tribe, which is not the case, right? Because once again, in order for you to be an Israelite, you had to have been you had to have been there in on the Mount Sinai to receive the laws, the statutes, the commandments, and the covenant of the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai, right? So the true history of our people, right? The Igbos, that goes all the way back to the land of Israel, the Holy Land, is that after 70 AD, the kingdom of Judah, which is why you have the kingdom of Judah, Port Judah, Port Benjamin, more history to substantiate the fact that the majority of our people here in the west coast of Africa is actually from the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, rather than the northern kingdom, which is Gad, Reuben, and the like. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't any Gadites, among the Igbos, right? But what I'm saying is that even if there are Gadites, they are not the direct descendants. In other words, the direct sons of this Eri, or the family of Eri, okay, which is basically the son of God, but rather they would have, but like more like the family of one of the one of the sons down the line of God, right? Generation after generation after generation after generation that was, you know, forced to take refuge in the west coast of Africa because of the events of 70 AD, because of the Roman persecution that our people were facing. And that's why you have books like From Babylon to Timbuktu to show you that our people actually did flee Rome, flee Egypt, and flee all the way to the west coast of Africa, right? Because you have to remember there were still Israelites living in Egypt even when our Lord Yahushua was on the earth, right? And those Israelites, when they saw the city of Jerusalem sacked, right, and they saw how heavy, how hard the Romans were going against our people, they would have run away from Egypt because Egypt was still a Roman territory. So even if you say you want to flee to Egypt to hide from Roman persecution, you're not safe in Egypt. So you have to flee even more. And remember, the whole of North Africa was also Egypt, Roman territory. Carthage was already taken, so that wasn't an Israelite stronghold anymore. Hey, and Barca was a real one. Anyway, and the whole of North Africa was already taken, and it was a Roman colony. So you're not safe from the Romans anywhere in North Africa, right? And even if you want to say you want to flee to Ethiopia, you already have jigs that did that. You had jigs that went to Ethiopia, jigs that went to more south in Africa, right? The Congo and the like. And then you had but the vast majority of our people, right, went to the west coast of Africa, which is where they were eventually picked up for their captivity by Esau Edom. Yes, lucky to be with me. I need to take this.